Hello everyone, today we are going to go over what I think is one of the most annoying matchups for Yone, and that is Urgot. The reason why I find it so annoying is because any mistake you make will be lethal, and even if you manage to get a lead, he can still 100 to 0 you if he hits his E. His E is what makes Urgot counter Yone, so we'll be talking about how to trade around it. Also, I've heard that Urgot's ult can be cleansed by our E, but I've never really looked into it even though I should, so let me know if you find anything about it. Before we begin, I did want to mention that I've been really busy these days, so I haven't been uploading as often as I should be, so it'll be weekly uploads until August 20th something, and then I'll be consistent again. With that, thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe. Love you all. For runes, I have bone plating and shield bash. I think second wind is fine, but bone plating can be really good against his burst. Another reason why is for level 1 all-in, since Urgot players tend to walk up level 1 like a Darius would. That's also why I have exhaust, so if he comes, we can fight with him, but I've also realized that I should have just walked up to the second bush if we knew he is always going to be there. But if the all-in happened, basically wait for him to use E and then exhaust once you are stunned. It's really crucial that you don't exhaust when he uses E since the damage is not that high, and it's his passive that really hurts, but yeah, every time I've tested that out, I've gotten their flash or first blood or both. However, since I didn't walk up to the second bush, the lane is kind of annoying since we are outranged. In this situation, you either try to let him auto you and you Q him or just back off. I played level 1 pretty bad, but I tried to Q as he goes to CS and missed. This time we Q him, but as I was leaving, I got hit by auto and passive. Just look how much he chunked us. So now we are pretty powerless and can only wait for the wave to slow push to us. During this time, let me explain Urgot's game plan. All he is going to do is look to poke us down with Q until he can comfortably all-in us, or look to go in with E off of our mistakes. Our job is to try to bait his E so we can all-in him and also try to poke him down. One way is to throw Q3 at him. If he uses E to intercept us, we simply E away and that will be a beneficial trade. However, this almost never works in higher elos, and as you can see, Urgot just tanks it. However, he took it this time probably thinking I was too close to him, and as you can see, there isn't much he can do without E. With a overwhelming health advantage, Urgot can't really fight back, so we pushed and got a plate before basing. Another way of trading against Urgot is just Eing up when he uses Q. For example here, seeing cannon low, we walk upwards and E into him. Then we can just trade safely until he uses E and we E back. This baited out his E, and since we have Q3, we can all in him. The problem with this is that he can just use E immediately and then choose to leave. It's not that you can't ever use EQ3 on him while his E is up, but just make sure to use Q3 at max range so he can't hit you. You also have to walk backwards a little bit. While this all seems like good methods, the problem is that Urgot can simply choose to use E and get away, allowing him to not engage with us at all. We would only be able to poke his HP slightly, making it hard to create significant leads while we are still prone to all-ins. So it is going to take a lot more micro details in this, but honestly, the above would be super effective up the low to mid masters. Coming back, we freeze the wave and we ult when he gives us range, allowing us to run him down with exhaust. There are a few things to note here. It's not recommended to do this if both sides are full HP because as you saw, if Urgot uses E right before his ult hits, he can buffer it. Secondly, I was really ahead with exhaust compared to Urgot who has no flash. A final detail to note is that we exhaust right at his first passive proc and then position to chase him with E, ensuring that he doesn't proc his passive anymore. This seems insignificant, but if you are even and in other scenarios, it's what makes the difference between killing him and getting one shot. As you can see here, Urgot chooses to just back off, not giving us the chances. But note that our Q3 and ult will still intercept his E during the dash of his E. With our Bork, we melt him right away. Basing after first turret in camps, they were sieging tier 1, so I tried to rotate, but with the amount of CC they had, I decided to just back off. The next fight occurs at Drake. We clear mid-wave to apply pressure so enemy bot rotates. We chunk the Morgana and leave Jhin to finish the job. Since I had TP, I decided to base, but our Tom trolled and went in, forcing us to divert our attention to the isolated Kalista. Both sides didn't feel comfortable starting Drake, and we ended up pushing, only rotating back when Hecarim was caught. Sometimes with Yone, if you see a play in your head, just go for it, because in the split moment that you hesitate, you would have missed it. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's the only way to grow, and that feeling of regret in League is often brutally unbearable. Tom was caught in river, so Hecarim and I rotated to help. Sadly, my ult missed Kalista by a bit, but at the very least, we traded off 3 of them. I think it was better to just sell Tom since Hui was bot lane. Disaster struck when Heck forced a bit hard and he was caught along with Hui, who tried to help. Since Baron was inevitably lost, I decided to compensate by taking Drake. Oh, and I somehow got one shot by Lysandra. I didn't realize how stacked she was until after I died. Upon respawning, we see very obviously that Kalista is going upwards to Hui, so we immediately head top to assist him. At this point, Kalista was super fed, so we basically sacrificed ourselves for the greater good. As we split through top, we notice a fight starting and I rotate. I get pinged turret here, but to be honest, it's really important to have your own judgment. We didn't manage to end, but it's hard to tell if it was even possible with Hecarim there. We easily secure Drake and go to support Heck. Sadly, I whiffed ult and probably should have just left. but ultimately we were just stronger and we made sure Callista was dead before ending the game. Thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe. Bye bye.